Welcome, friends, to another episode of Good News on WCCO. We are rounding up some uplifting, motivating stories for you and putting them all in one place. Let's start with a community push to help a local market that houses 36 immigrant-owned businesses. Leaders with Mercado Central say that business has dropped since Operation Metro Surge. People flocked to Lake Street for a 12-hour event. Photojournalists Ray Campos and Adam Duxter take us inside the action.
For 3 decades, Mercado Central has been more than a marketplace. It's been a heartbeat, a place filled with food, culture, and community. During Operation Metro Surge, that heartbeat slowed.
Puede con Apple Pay, disculpe me.
And for the Morenos that own El Rincon.
We're a co-op. We're all business owners that own this building that we just need the support from our community.
Many regular customers stopped coming, and the change was impossible to ignore.
Our regulars, they would not be here at all in the beginning months, but we did get a really good support of the community.
That community is now showing up with a purpose.
I think it's important to set an example and to show other community members that we're still here. We still need to be showing up.
Through a wave of community support, online donations to simply having people walk into their doors again.
These places are few and far between. I mean, I don't know if I know of really any other place exactly like this. And for our community to lose such a great spot, I mean, that's really detrimental.
Making sure that we're still supporting kind of cultural hubs like we're in here today is super important because it's an example of cultural resiliency and it's an example of cultural celebration. And I think now more than ever, that's something our community needs.
Because here, the business owners and diners alike say every visit and every dollar matters.
We never actually got this much crowd of people coming in. We just hope it still stays that way because we still don't want to be forgotten again.
With photojournalist Ray Campos, Adam Duxter, WCCO News.
The market's call has been for people to come out, just spend even $5. They say every visit, every dollar helps. Now to a story that's gotten a lot of people, including me, talking. Minneapolis is getting put on the national culinary map. The city's restaurant scene is now part of the top shelf Michelin guide. So maybe get some international buzz too, who knows? As Reg Chapman reports, it comes at a time when the industry says that they need support more than ever.
For years, our culinary scene has earned national acclaim, yet we've still been called unexpected, underrated, and even the best kept secret.
We all know the Minneapolis culinary scene has been one of the best in the country for years.
We have the talent and the cultural diversity and the hospitality to stand with any culinary destination in the world.
But the hope is the Michelin Guide gets the word out and give our restaurants the recognition they deserve.
It strengthens our reputation as a place travelers can come not just to visit, but to truly experience something memorable through their food.
The Michelin Guide is one of the most respected culinary guides in the world. 6 cities, Cleveland, Detroit, Indianapolis, Milwaukee, Pittsburgh, and Minneapolis make up its American Great Lakes edition. The announcement could not come at a better time. Hospitality Minnesota said Wednesday things are nearing its breaking point.
Minnesota's hospitality industry is being squeezed from all sides. Wholesale food and equipment prices, rising labor costs, and the impacts of tariffs have shrunk already low profit margins.
They want lawmakers to help navigate burdensome regulations and changing consumer dynamics. James Beard Award nominee chef Hurakawa believes this new honor means Minneapolis' food scene is still growing and becoming more interesting.
More people coming to the city.
The hope is more people means more spending at area restaurants, hotels, and resorts, the first ingredient in a winning recipe. Reg Chapman, WCCO News.
The Michelin Guide says inspectors are already doing undercover dining and scouting restaurants. Those inspectors could award a coveted Michelin star as soon as 2027. In February, a fire destroyed the Holdingford Mill, which had stood for more than 130 years in central Minnesota. The mill has supplied feed to farmers across the area. The owners are rebuilding, and that process is leading to some interesting discoveries. John Lorson shows us the artifacts that they have found in the ashes.
It took me a month to say that it could be a blessing or a silver lining in the long run.
It was hard to see that silver lining back on February 15th. That's when a fire destroyed the mill Jeff Berg owned with his wife. But it didn't take them long to decide to rebuild, especially with the support they've received.
The guys are getting cookies all the time. I mean, I think they're gaining weight. They're working harder and they're still gaining weight. Very blessed to be a small town.
Damage from the fire can still be seen on surrounding buildings, and there's an empty space where the Holdingford Mill once stood. But through this devastation came a discovery. The fire uncovered relics from the past that were just below the surface.
We just found a little tiny hole about this big, and we started digging it out. We thought, well, there's a cavity under there, you know.
While going through the rubble, Jeff's son-in-law found a long-forgotten tunnel that used to run water to the old mill. How cool was that to discover?
It was awesome. That was a good day. It was just so exciting because of the history part of it.
And that's not the only bit of history they've unearthed.
They show where they were made. This was made in St. Louis. This is also a St. Louis brick.
They found bricks dating back to 1890. That's significant because it proves part of the mill they were operating was several years older than what they thought. All of this will be included in the new mill, which the Bergs plan to open as soon as possible.
And we found all this stuff underneath the floor of that. So you never know what history is right under your feet.
In Holdingford, John Lordson, WCCO News.
I like that quote. You never do know. The Holdingford Mill is getting help from other mills to make sure that their customers are getting their feed on time. The new office building will be open in a couple months, and they hope to be fully operational by next summer. It's one of the most famous churches in the entire country. The Basilica of St. Mary has marked major moments over the past few years, and the century for that matter. But as photojournalist Drew and I found out, those moments will be on pause as the community gathers, supporting a major makeover.
This was Sunday. And this, Monday. What a difference a day can make.
Long time coming.
I've been waiting for 31 years. So.
And today is the day.
Today is the day.
The day renovations begin.
Every square inch of the Basilica will be touched.
The Basilica of St. Mary is getting a $45 million restoration.
If you look close at the walls are really, really dirty. The plaster in the ceiling needs help. The windows need help. The floors under the pews need help. The pews need help. The church needs help.
It's time.
It's time.
After all, it's been holding services since 1914 when Archbishop Ireland commissioned a church in honor of Mary. He put it in Minneapolis for all to attend.
I think it's a little bit a place of prayer or of peace far beyond the Catholic community.
And soon it will be more inviting than ever. They're removing and restoring every single pew, meticulously cleaning each stained glass and scrubbing every brick.
So this is very early in the restoration, but we can actually give you today a sneak peek of what the finished project will look like. They actually tested one portion of the renovation, and look at this. Look at the contrast right there. You can see this lighter part is where they cleaned it, and the darker part is the way it looked before.
And they've already unearthed some surprises.
When we studied the plaster, we discovered that there's this beautiful decorative painting underneath it. So we're going to bring that back.
So it will look totally different.
It will look totally different. Because now it looks like beige, because there's all this beige overpaint. But underneath it is this beautiful blue stenciling that is really, really beautiful.
So finding that was...
It was like Christmas. You know?
And it's a delicate balance.
We do not want to over-restore, though, because people have worshipped here for over a century, and that patina of worship, of prayer, we don't want to wash away. So we want to make sure that the prayers that have been spoken here still will linger.
What is your biggest prayer about this project?
I would say the prayer is for safety and success.
Which may take some amazing grace. The deadline is March 2027.
Palm Sunday. We'll be there.
Wonderful.
There'll be new weddings in the church while construction is underway. They are going to keep holding mass. They'll do it in the basement. They have a big basement of the church. April is Autism Acceptance Month across the Twin Cities. Businesses opening their doors for workers and just talking more about autism through partnerships with a college program providing specialized education and training.
Inside this Lunds & Byerly's, you'll hear the familiar beeps of scanned groceries and feel a warm greeting from cashiers.
Did you find everything okay today?
We sure did.
Excellent.
Who happen to have autism. Graham Wagner and Ann Meehan are both graduates of Minnesota Independence College and Community, known as MICC, where job training meets independence.
Perfect.
For operations manager Nina Ehrman, what stands out isn't difference, it's dependability.
They are fantastic. Graham is the heart and soul of this store. He's never in a bad mood. He's always smiling and has this thirst for curiosity about everything we do in the store.
Paper or plastic?
Adults with autism face steep barriers to employment, even as they bring strengths like focus, reliability, and attention to detail. MICC aims to close the gap not by placing students in jobs, but by preparing them to earn them.
Our individuals are finding their own jobs. We're there for that little extra support and to really just help and guide them and support them through that process.
Would you folks like your receipt today?
On the floor, that partnership translates into confidence.
So this allows me to just be social with customers and employees and people I come across with here on a daily basis.
What is it that you enjoy about your work as a cashier?
I like meeting all the new customers and then just seeing everyone's faces.
Meehan didn't always imagine herself in this role.
I never thought that I would be a cashier because I have a hard time counting change, but these registers help.
Today, she's not only working, she's living independently.
And now I can live on my own and then I can go places on my own without my parents.
They both say employers may be underestimating what neurodivergent workers bring.
People with autism or learning disabilities can be some of the hardest working people. We can be on time, we can have a great work ethic.
That just because we have a disability, it doesn't mean that we can't do anything. We can do anything that we try.
And you are proof. That will do it for this episode of Good News. You can always find us right here on YouTube or join us live every Sunday morning. We're streaming on WCCO, WCCO TV, and CBS News, Minnesota.